Okay, it says we're back up. Anybody want to do me a favor and confirm?
Waiting for the bing bong. There it is.
YouTube says you're live.
Yep.
I'm live.
Hello.
Thanks, YouTube. Just completely
Discord says
dumped
you're
us.
live.
Like, it had to have been on YouTube's end too, because nothing blipped on my end whatsoever. Discord stayed up the entire time. I never no drop streams. Round 2, fight. So yeah, we were talking about Dorad boats and bits and parts. We'd just gone over some other stuff. You can check out the VOD for that. Just a 5-10 minute here wrap up, and then on to other things of my evening. But I wanted to show how this Dorad system worked. So we got this Dorad box, right? And it sits on top of the cabin top. You'll notice these weird little holes in them, right? So when that big ass scoop that we saw on the last stream catches a wave, what happens is it goes into this box, and you'll notice there's baffles in there. And so the first baffle is down on the deck, and the second baffle is up off the deck. And so any water that goes into the scoop has to go through both of those baffles and then up over a pipe that actually sticks out of the deck by an inch or two, and then it can come inside the boat, right? So if you turn the boat upside down, you're in trouble, right? The water will come in. There's a 4-inch hole in the top of the boat. In fact, there's 4 of them. But there's other holes, like, the door. So you can do stuff like when you're sailing, you can cap this stuff off and make it so the waves, no matter what, can't come inside and stuff like that. So these things are huge, though. I mean, that's the Dorad vent right there. That's the scoop that grabs all that air, and then it forces it down through this. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to install that over the stove. I'm going to install it over the table. Hello again, Sean Donnelly. I'm going to install it over the table in the galley. I'm going to install it over the bed in the cabin and over the shower compartment in the head. So you take a nice aromatic number 2 while we're sailing, open the vents, open the door, and we'll flush there. There'll be so much fresh air.
As long as you don't have a pressure inversion that goes the wrong way.
So yeah,
It'll match the air.
Spider Central on the Dorad boxes, but that's okay. There's one more part that I wanted to point out before we kill it tonight. So reach in here and grab this bastard. Probably the most expensive and the most rare of the parts I got. Ugh. Okay, set that down careful. And we're gonna switch. Okay. This guy here is called a deck prism. Okay? It is literally a glass prism. And it goes, you guessed it, on the deck of the boat. So what happens here is this guy takes all the ambient light outside and rescatters it all throughout the inside of the boat. These things are really difficult to find. This one's sitting in a bronze housing that's been chromed. It's got that silver look to it, but if you look around on it, you can see the bronze starting to come through, right? I have half a mind to get these back to bronze, get the chrome off of them, and let them be bronze, since everything else on the boat is bronze. They're not going to go in the deck. They're going to go in the cabin top, so that the light comes in over top of spaces inside the boat. So I'm gonna switch that there. So this guy's a pretty hefty piece of glass. I mean, it's a really big piece of hardware here, right? And you can see the prism down inside there, right? And it's made by ABI, right? And it's stamped into the glass. These are original to the boat too, right? So, thing's heavy. When they first made the Formosa, they had 3 Formosas, or for you German people, 3 Formosas. And three types of Formosas. Not they didn't make just three of them. They had the sea tiger, the sea wolf, and the sea dragon. And the sea tiger was the standard edition, right? The SE, right? The sea wolf was the limited, right? And the sea dragon was the super luxe, right? Super luxurious. The boat that I got these parts off of was a sea dragon. So the deck prisms, the door rods, all the extra bits and bobs, that's all kinds of extra things that the boatyard that built the things added to make the sea dragon more appealing than the sea tiger, which is what I have. So in the grand spirit of what I'm doing, I'm not truly restoring the boat to its original design. I'm restoring the boat to its upgraded factory options design, so to speak. These deck prisms are a big part of that. So what'll end up happening is there's on the top of my boat you have two cabin tops. They're slightly offset, and then a slightly lower one in between them. The slightly higher one is towards the back, the aft of the boat. That's where the living room is, the salon. That's where the galley is, which is the kitchen and the dining room. And then the highest point is the galley, the lower point is the salon, and then the slightly raised section is the head, the shower, the cabin, and then the forecastle is actually down underneath the deck in the front, right? So the door rods, the 4 door rods I have, will go on top of the cabin tops, the raised section of the cabin tops, as far to the outsides as I can get them, because I have ropes and things I have to be worried about. And on the forward cabin top, I want to be able to put a dinghy up there, right? And a fully inflated life raft boat up on the front. So gotta have somewhere to put it. The deck prisms are also going to go on the cabin tops, but the 2 of them are going to go to either side on the lowest cabin top, so they can illuminate the salon. That's where you sit and you have food if you're not sitting at the galley table. Sit down, read a book, lay out on one of the salon benches, whatever. And then one of them will go up next to the door rod, over top of the stove in the galley, in the aftmost raised portion of the cabin top. That will allow as much illumination as possible to be on the stove. One of my biggest complaints about the boat is how dark the galley is, and everything I've done, I can't get it brighter. This, I'm literally going to cut a 4 by 12 inch hole in the top of the roof and then put a deck prism in it just to let all that light through, and then just scatter the light, diffuse the light as best as I can in order to illuminate that space. So with that, I have to cut 4 notable sized holes for the vents, 3 very large holes for the door rods, or I'm sorry, for the deck prisms, and 2 relatively large holes in the bulwark for the 2 hawser pipes. So cutting some holes in the boat, that's always a good time, and it always puts a smile on my face because it can go wrong. And the consequence will be pretty straightforward. The boat will be that much better. It'll have some really neat features that it didn't have before, and those features will not only increase the quality of life on the boat, it'll increase its curb appeal and its resellability. In order to get there, before I ever cut holes in the boat, I'm going to take each one of these parts and I'm going to do a time-lapse video series on how I'm cleaning them up and the techniques I'm using. And I have plenty of parts. We'll test different ways to clean bronze because I don't know the best way. I'm going to try the Flitz brand, like all Flitz products. I'm going to try the home ec vinegar and salt and shenanigans and see if that works. And I'll try some 3M stuff, and we'll try sanding and repolishing from scratch. We'll try it all. We'll catch it on video. Silent videos, maybe some music playing in the background, time-lapsey kind of content. And then hopefully some actual video, like live discussion video of how to actually install the parts once they're clean and proper. I have every intention of restoring the heck out of them. A friend of mine, Deck Boss, said it perfectly. Let the parts tell the story of my boat and my time on my boat, not the story of the time they spent on another boat. So I just want to say thank you to the guy who owns the Chubasco. The Chubasco is the 1977-78 Sea Dragon Formosa 41 that donated all the bits and bobs that made for my little piracy excursion and me booty that I plan on installing on me boat. With that said, I'm going to wrap up the stream tonight. I know a couple of you guys got other places you want to be. A 7 o'clock stream, 10 o'clock for those of you actually in the same region where you're streaming from. So we're going to go ahead and wrap up this here. I want to say thank you for everybody coming out and hanging out tonight. Lots of conversation in the YouTube chat. Much appreciated. A couple new follows. Let me see if I can grab them right quick. Karen Imming, Alpha Geek to you, both subscribed. A couple other subscribers came in, but Streamlabs does a horrible job refreshing my alerts. So I'll catch you guys in your names next time around. Probably live again Wednesday night, probably with the hurdy-gurdy. But it's coming up soon. We're going to be doing a live fairy tale readings here on Tipsy Raven, and a little bit further out, hopefully starting the video capture very soon, but not the editing, the Cooking on a Boat series that me and Jerry have coming together slowly, but hopefully sooner than later. So with that said, thank you so much, everybody, for coming out and hanging out tonight. Don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to like, ring the bell, bullshit, blah, 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 whatever. Hit the linktr.ee/tipsyraven. Join us on Discord. Be a part of the conversation. Be a part of the content we're creating here. And we'll see you next time.